direct à présent, nous vous transmettons le forum économique égypto-serbe, un forum d'investissement qui représente plusieurs investisseurs serbes. À la tête de ce forum, le président serbe actuellement en visite en Égypte et le premier ministre égyptien, Dr Mustafa Madbouly. Et je vous laisse tout de suite avec Dalia Karam et la retransmission en langue française.
Auguste audience, Mesdames et Messieurs, au nom de l'Union des chambres de commerce égyptiennes et ses membres, en nombre de 500, je vous salue tous et je salue Son Excellence, le président de la République de la Serbie, qui actuellement visite au Caire accompagné la délégation qui l'accompagne. Bienvenue en Égypte, pays d'opportunités sur tous les niveaux et qui réjouit de la stabilité politique et économique. Nous saluons la conclusion d'un accord de libre-échange entre les deux pays en tant que la meilleure voie pour réaliser le développement économique. L'Égypte s'attelle pour coopérer avec ses différents partenaires et cela en transformant et en changeant les lois du travail pour doper les investissements à tous les niveaux et en garantissant, en offrant aussi la permission d'or aux investisseurs pour doper les investissements dans l'axe du canal de Suez et outre l'investissement dans le domaine de l'agriculture, alors que l'Égypte bonifie une grande superficie de terres agricoles, 1,5 million de fédans dans le cadre de la vision de l'Égypte 2030. Avec plus de 100 millions d'habitants, l'Égypte possède un marché local très énorme au sein de la région du Moyen-Orient. Outre son positionnement stratégique en tant que carrefour des voies de commerce, outre le nouveau canal la nouvelle voie de navigation du canal de Suez, ce qui offre de nouvelles opportunités aux investisseurs. L'Égypte assure plus de 55 nouvelles opportunités d'investissement en coopération avec la COMESA. L'Égypte est terre d'opportunités dans les secteurs du commerce, de logistique, d'infrastructure, d'agriculture et le tourisme et autres. Il est temps de coopérer ensemble pour renforcer notre partenariat, le partenariat entre l'Égypte et la Serbie. L'Égypte est pourrait assurer de nombreuses opportunités aux investisseurs serbes pour augmenter nos exportations aux différents pays du monde. Et cela en vertu de 6 accords, commerciaux. Les grandes entreprises égyptiennes ont investi plus d'1 milliard de dollars dans plus de 21 pays africains au cours des 2 dernières années. La majorité sont aujourd'hui présents au cours de ce forum d'affaires. 22 milliards d'euros de prêts et d'accords commerciaux des pays créanciers et des banques coopératives pour contribuer largement à à soutenir et à étayer les investissements.
Thank you, President Wakil. Since our visit to Serbia, and for the past 2 years, it's been a beehive of cooperation with the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Serbia. And behind all that cooperation, my dear friend, Marko Kadez, the President. Marko, the floor is yours.
Dear Excellencies, President Vučić, Prime Minister Madbouly, dear ministers, I will use my 3 minutes a little bit different than you got used on these conferences. When I was very, very young, and I had a very good friend from Egypt, grew up in Germany, and at that time I thought of some crazy things, that I tattooed the word Ahlam on my wrist. Ahlam means dream, or river of dreams, to remind me how important is to dream, how important is to have the vision of what you want to achieve, what we want to achieve together. And the first part of a dream, after 2 years of very hard work of our political leaders, because of the great relationship between our President Vučić and President Sisi, because of the great work of the prime ministers and governments, we finally have free trade agreement, which will really substantially change the economical relations between our country. But not only FTAs are important, they are important. The political leaders are there to make the framework for us, to fill it in, to make the businesses out of it. So what we have done, and we have started yesterday after the signing immediately, to ask ourselves how we can provide you more support to do it more quickly, to save your time, to save your money, and to be efficient. A few months ago, we started with our project based totally on artificial intelligence. It is called Digital Business Assistant, and we already created a huge amount of databases that you can ask how to make a business in Serbia, what do you need, how to come, and so on and so on. But now we are feeding it with all SCAs that we have. And yesterday we started with Egypt-Serbia agreement. So you can go out on our page on the internet, our English page of the Chamber, and you can ask, for example, what is the custom rate of for exporting Serbian apples to Egypt, and you will get the answer. I hope my friend is hearing me. According to the free trade agreement, it's 0. Yeah. How many apples did Egypt import in 2023, and what was the average price? And you will get the answer immediately from your assistant in natural language, the amount of import and the average price, which was $1,257 per ton. And then you can ask, okay, how many apples Serbia exported to the world in last year? And you will have a very clear answer immediately, $98.6 million on the average price of $776.
Il y a une grande opportunité de coopérer ensemble dans le domaine de l'agriculture. Nous étudions les chiffres en vue et nous discutons avec nos partenaires pour établir une entreprise, comment établir une entreprise privée en Serbie. Toutes ces informations se trouvent sur la plateforme d'intelligence artificielle serbe. Tous les accords figurent sur cette plateforme. Je vous invite tous de venir, de visiter cette plateforme pour s'enquérir de toutes les informations disponibles et pour savoir comment établir des entreprises privées en Serbie. Au cours de notre forum, nous examinons ensemble comment enrichir nos pays dans l'avenir. Je voudrais nos remerciements à monsieur. Nous allons parler à présent de relations entre BERD et la Serbie dans le domaine de l'infrastructure. Le ministre des investissements égyptiens prendra la parole. Excellence,
وزراء الحضور الكرام السيدات والسادة أشعر أنني سعيد معكم اليوم لوجودي في هذا المؤتمر.
From Serbia to your second home, Egypt, and extend cordial welcome to all attendees from Egypt. This forum takes place as we celebrate 115 years of bilateral ties. Our partnership, established in 1908, has consistently grown stronger, as evidenced by the recent state visits by President Sisi in 2022 to Belgrade and President Vučić's current visit to Egypt. In these times of global uncertainty, both Egypt and Serbia have demonstrated remarkable resilience. The Serbian economy growth rate accelerated.
À renforcer ses relations avec l'Égypte et consolider la coopération économique avec l'Égypte pour augmenter les échanges commerciaux entre les deux pays.
كذلك أيضا لدى الإصلاح الاقتصادي بين مصر قام بتعزيز خدماتنا تجاه
La réforme économique en Égypte a encouragé la Serbie à renforcer sa coopération avec l'Égypte dans le domaine et pour relancer l'économie égyptienne, pour doper les investissements et renforcer les réserves monétaires en Serbie. Les relations d'investissement entre l'Égypte et la Serbie et aussi les relations amicales ont réalisé un grand essor au cours des dernières années. L'Égypte s'est engagée à créer un climat propice pour encourager les investissements et attirer les investissements conformément à la directive du président Abdel Fattah Sisi, qui soutient tous les méga projets d'investissement en Égypte. L'engagement de l'Égypte l'engagement à soutenir le secteur privé est une nouvelle orientation bien appréciée pour ce qui contribue efficacement à le renforcement des investissements, à l'augmentation des investissements. L'Égypte accorde une attention particulière aux accords de libre-échange qui comprend les pays arabes et les pays membres de COMESA pour inclure tous les accords de libre-échange africains pour que le marché africain soit présent. Notre objectif est évidemment clair et de renforcer nos plans d'investissement et aussi le renforcement du rôle du secteur privé. et aussi pour renforcer les investissements locaux. Il y aurait et cela en présence du secteur local et du secteur municipal. Je voudrais signaler que ce forum frayera la voie devant le secteur privé dans les deux pays pour participer, pour prendre part à la compétition sur le marché international et pour augmenter nos potentialités, nos capacités d'accueil en Serbie. Lors de la présence de la délégation serbe ici en Égypte, nous nous sommes attelés à renforcer les relations entre les secteurs privés des deux pays et entre l'Égypte et la Serbie dans les marchés des deux pays. Je voudrais bien saluer la force des relations entre l'Égypte et la Serbie j'ambitionne de nouvelles opportunités prometteuses pour les deux pays, l'Égypte et la Serbie, à travers ce forum d'affaires. Je voudrais vous remercier infiniment, Excellence ingénieur Hassan El-Khatib. À présent, nous avons une mission très importante concernant la participation des sociétés civiles qui contribuent. Monsieur Tomislav, ministre du Commerce extérieur de la Serbie, prendra la parole. Excellence le Président, Excellence le Président, le Premier ministre égyptien, les représentants de la République arabe d'Égypte et les ministres égyptiens, c'est un honneur d'être présent aujourd'hui avec vous en compagnie avec le président serbe. Au cours des dernières années, nous avons témoigné de réformes économiques très prometteuses en Égypte pour relancer l'économie égyptienne et pour ce qui a encouragé la Serbie à investir en Égypte et à augmenter la présence serbe sur les marchés égyptiens. De nombreux accords ont été conclus récemment entre le président serbe et son homologue égyptien. C'est la coopération qui a abouti à la conclusion de nombreux accords dans les divers domaines, a contribué largement au renforcement, à augmenter les investissements entre les deux pays. La mise en application de ces accords s'avère d'une importance majeure pour les deux pays, vu leur objectif à court terme qui garantit une coopération dans les divers domaines. Avec la signature de plusieurs accords au cours de notre visite actuelle en Égypte, donneront leurs fruits, seront dans l'intérêt de deux pays. Dans le domaine, parmi ces accords, des accords dans le secteur de l'agriculture.
كعنصر مهم جدا في السوق السربي بحوالي 2.7 مليون، خاصة في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وتركيا والصين. وامتداد هذه الاتفاقيات خاصة في ال FTA في الصين والذي سيبدأ في يوليو هذا العام. هذه العملية تستمر من خلال هذه الاتفاقيات
grâce aux accords conclus avec l'Égypte, aussi avec l'Union européenne et avec la Corée, offriront de nouvelles opportunités sur le marché serbe. La Serbie occupe une place importante et la coopération entre l'Égypte et la Serbie est fructueuse. Et nous évertuons pour alimenter les marchés locaux. Le positionnement de la Serbie joue un rôle important en liant l'Égypte et la Serbie au monde entier. Tout cela encourage les marchés égyptiens et serbes de profiter, d'exploiter tous ces stimuli pour doper les investissements et pour l'établissement de nouvelles entreprises dans les deux pays. Je voudrais affirmer l'attachement des deux parties en ce qui concerne quant au partenariat stratégique qui donnera ses fruits dans le secteur d'affaires et dans le secteur économique. Mesdames et messieurs, je vous remercie et je vous souhaite plein succès au cours de ce forum d'affaires.
Describing what we've been doing for the past 3 days, starting from Thursday, where Her Excellency, the First Lady, was leading a businesswomen delegation. We started working in that direction, and over the past 2 days until half an hour ago, we've been having B2Bs between different companies from both sides, where we're identifying projects and planning for our return visit to Belgrade. And now it gives me great honor to call upon our host today, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Egypt, who doesn't need any introduction, His Excellency Dr. Mustafa Madbouly. Your Excellency, the floor is yours.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, Mr. Alexander Vučić, President of the Republic of Serbia, distinguished ministers, senior officials and guests, the presidents and members of the Egyptian and Serbian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. I would like to welcome His Excellency Alexander Vučić, President of our friendly country Serbia, and his accompanied delegation to your second country, Egypt. I take this opportunity to praise the successive efforts of the Serbian government to achieve economic development. This yielded impressive results, for example, achieving one of the highest growth rates in Europe during COVID-19 pandemic, despite the associated economic challenges. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished guests, for over 100 years, Egypt and Serbia have enjoyed distinguished political relations, cemented by a strong partnership and common worldwide for a just and equitable global order. The organization of the Egyptian Serbian Business Forum signifies the launch of a new era in the development of our economic relations to match the exceptional political relations between our two countries. The forum reflects the fruitful cooperation and strong ties that bind our two countries, particularly since the landmark visit of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to Serbia in July 2022. It reflects our shared commitments to bolstering our economic ties and expanding investment cooperation between Egypt and Serbia. We must therefore be realistic in setting our goals and working diligently to achieve them. For example, we welcome concluding the free trade agreements between Egypt and Serbia during the present visit of His Excellency President Vučić, which will multiply trade between our countries in the next 5 years compared to the current $100 million. As one of the largest nations in the Western Balkans, Serbia represents a gateway to the entry of Egyptian goods to the region. In addition to providing other benefits through the Open Balkan initiatives that will allow access to Egyptian goods without custom restrictions. Likewise, Egypt represents a gateway to Serbia for the entry of Serbian products to Africa throughout, of course, through the African Continent Free Trade Agreement. The Egyptian Serbian Businessmen Forum is a first step towards cementing, developing, and bolstering ties between the business community from both sides in various fields. The forum will enhance communication via ICT, encourage mutual visits, and enhance consultation in numerous areas. It will enhance economic cooperation at the local and municipal level through opening up communication channels between the Egyptian Chamber of Commerce on both sides, on the level of the governorate and Serbian cities. One such example is the mutual visit and exchange between Egyptian Alexandria and the Egyptian Alexandria Chamber of Commerce and the Chamber of Commerce of Vojvodina. I hope that I pronounce it well, region in Serbia. This could expand to include other Chamber of Commerce in other cities, in addition to transfer of expertise and technologies. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished guests, we must focus on choosing areas of cooperation that reflect a common interest for both our countries, capitalizing on our respective comparative advantage. These areas include agriculture, communication, ICT, infrastructure, and housing, particularly in light of Egypt's recent integration of a number of smart cities, most notably the new administrative capital. Finally, in the area of tourism, we look forward to increasing the number of Serbian tourists in Egypt and to overcome the obstacle related to Egyptian tourists in Serbia. Excellency, distinguished guests, in closing, I would like to express my appreciation to all those who participated in organizing this forum and to all our guests from Serbia who have honored us with their presence today. I wish you all a successful and fruitful forum, and for both of our countries and friendly people's development, peace and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And we will, both sides, we will look forward to implementing the guidelines that have been stated, which is in line with what His Excellency President Fattah al-Sisi has highlighted during his visit to Serbia. And now it gives me great honor to present our guest of honor, who was a wonderful host when we were in Belgrade 2 years ago. From Minister of Information to Defense, from Deputy Prime Minister to Prime Minister to President of the Republic. A believer in the 4 freedoms: free trade, role of private sector, privatization, and naturally regional integration. Our guest of honor, His Excellency, President of the Republic of Serbia, Aleksandar Vučić.
Prime Minister Madbouly, dear friends, they wrote a very nice speech to me, but everything has been said so far. I'll say what I think about our friendship, how we can improve it, what we can do in order to bolster cooperation between our companies, between our states, how to boost our economic trade, the level of services exchange, and everything else. First of all, thank you very much, Prime Minister, for hosting me here and these beautiful premises within your new administrative capital. It shows that dreams come true. And I know, because I had a same example in my country, that people don't see the necessity of these things from the very first moment. But don't worry, they will fully understand everything within a few years, as it happened in Belgrade in Serbia with some of our projects. I'm honored to be here, privileged to see terrific work of Egyptian people, architects, engineers, ordinary workers. And I can say that we do recognize and we see a new era of our friendly country of Egypt. There is a lot to be done for you and ahead of you, and there is a lot to be done in Serbia, and I hope that we'll be able to deliver it in a proper way. We do invite you as a state, we do invite you as your companies to take part and to participate on Specialized Expo in 2027 in Belgrade, which means we are eager to see some of your companies that were participating in building these premises here to come to Belgrade and to see what we can do together at the territory of the Republic of Serbia. I'm happy to hear that some of those companies have already shown an interest. At the same time, I cannot refute the fact that some people were complaining on a lack of transportation links between Serbia and Egypt. And in order to, at least to some extent, to refute it, I will say that Air Serbia will resume its flights as soon as possible between Belgrade and Cairo. When I say as soon as possible, it means within weeks or possibly just 2 months, not more than that. And then we'll once again establish or re-establish a link line of a better relationship between Egypt and Serbia. At the same time, I have to correct not my friend and a great host Hassan Al-Habib, but to say that we expect at least plus 4% this year growth rate, and it's been confirmed by IMF because they corrected their first assessment on this. And speaking about Europe, that's a big growth rate comparing to the others. And hopefully we'll be able to create a business environment in which we'll be able to deliver even better results in the future. It's not easy to attract foreign direct investments under these circumstances worldwide. Wise and real problems are in today's Europe because the growth rates of European Union countries are very or significantly smaller than they used to be, and it also reflects the situation in Serbia, and it deflects us from doing some other stuff in the meantime. As a matter of fact, I believe that opening new markets, that's the job of the governments, of the presidents, and I'm profoundly grateful to people from the Egyptian government that were working diligently and to to our people from Serbia that were working in the same dedicated way to deliver this free trade agreement, which is always a sort of very solid foundation for voluming up our trade exchange, services exchange, and everything else. But I believe also, and I'm going to finish, I'm not going to take more of your time, I believe that independent and sovereign countries should connect each other with bigger care, I dare to say, because from time to time all of us, we always care just about what big powers might say to us, how they can impact on a situation in our regions, what we can get from them. Maybe we can get something, but not everything. And what we can gain from our cooperation, it's not going to be conditioned by anything, by any other so-called side issues. This is a pure friendship. We have both interests in cooperating for the sake and for the benefit of our people, and that's why I believe in this cooperation. I believe in President Sisi's vision, your hard work, Prime Minister Madbouly, your cabinet as well, and I believe in us. I believe in our own dreams. We have already started fulfilling at least part of those dreams, and we need to remain stable and tranquil. We need to keep peace almost at any price in our countries, and we need to advocate for peace, because that became recently or in the last 2 years a forbidden word. You can be even on that side or on the other side. And I'm saying here, we are not going to take any sides. We want to see peace, responsibility, and stability. And we are asking for nothing else. We don't want to see political opponents being assassinated or whatever. That's what we don't want to see anywhere in the world. And doesn't matter how small we are. We'll always be ready to fight for our own freedom, but for the freedom and independence of an ordinary people to taking their decisions by themselves. And this is of an utmost importance. When we do it, then we'll realize much bigger importance of Egypt for us, and then you'll be able to see even small Serbia as a true friend, as a great bridge toward Europe, and as a reliable partner of a big Egypt. Thank you very much for listening to me, and sorry that it took a lot of your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And I'll take two quotes of what you have said today and 2 years ago. Building bridges between people and businesses, and a lot has to be done. For the past 3 days and last night until post-midnight, we've been planning not only priority sectors, we've been working down to the level of a product. What are the products that will be the priority to duplicate our bilateral trade, and identifying projects, whether within the Expo 2027 plan, where you have roads, you have the stadium, you have lots of projects and electricity and so forth. We identified the Egyptian companies, we are identifying the Serbian companies that have to work together, and together we will work on delivering what Your Excellency have requested the private sector to deliver. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you, Your Excellency, on behalf of both sides, the Egyptian and the Serbian business community and chambers of commerce, and to thank both ambassadors who have been with us day by day for the past period, and we will abuse them for the next period to ensure that we deliver what both Your Excellency and His Excellency the Prime Minister have requested. And Thank you very much, and thanks to all. Thank you, Your Excellency.